Those who accept discipline are on the pathway to life. Those individuals who embrace discipline are paving the very pathway to the new earth, to the next higher octave of existence. Exercising a little bit of discipline in one's life is in direct opposition to today's Antichrist current. This atmosphere of lawlessness where all is permitted. And that is fine. You can walk that path. I did to some extent. But I soon saw the error of my ways and began to incorporate, bring back into my life discipline, saying, no, Nama, not that. Om Namah Shiva. No, not that. Began to eliminate lawlessness from my life and began to self-impose my own laws, my own discipline, a resurrection, a reclamation of a certain pathway of life that I had deviated from and came to the edge of ruin as a result. But those who accept discipline into their lives, they will see the new earth. They will enter in through the gates of the new Jerusalem. And the Antichrist personality, the lawlessness, those who accept the lawlessness that anything goes of this age, they are not concerned with actual spiritual pursuit, because the Antichrist personality wishes humanity to become animalistic. The Antichrist personality has no true concern for human virtue, for walking a path of discipline. And you can see this in the atmosphere, in the popular media. Any form of entertainment, it seems, that you can tune into promotes violence, hatred, revenge, anger, lust, and every other animalistic quality. And beyond that, the Antichrist personality is very complex. There's a lot of complexity, overly so, because that is the current of this age, to divide and conquer. And you see it within a person's own personality, and they become reactionary. Personalities, the average personality, the average person, the average Antichrist personality have become so complex and fragile that even small inconveniences can cause insurmountable anguish and irritation. Meltdowns. Oh my God. There's always something that's bothering the Antichrist personality, the overly complex personality, the contentious personality who has turned their back on discipline and allowed themselves to become subservient to the lawlessness of this age. They no longer have the freedom to be happy because their personalities are so complex and fragile. All the tribulations of daily life that appear to incessantly whip us like a tyrannical nemesis, always impeding our otherwise thought to be perfect plan of life, our narcissistic ego's plan of life, is nothing but a perfect plan of life. The modern day Antichrist personality believes that the outside world is what impedes its true freedom. Like there's always something that can take the blame. The modern Antichrist personality is always seeking to blame others for their own state of unhappiness, of dis-ease. They're always looking to the outside world as what impedes their true happiness and getting what it wants. But in reality, the modern day Antichrist personality, the nemesis thereof, is not the outside world. The nemesis of life, of the modern day personality, of the Antichrist personality, is a person's own actions. Now, Nemesis is the goddess of retribution. In Buddhism, it is known as karma. And in Christianity, it's called the law. But no matter what you call it, one's retribution, one's state of dis-ease is always equal to one's action. You reap what you sow. Perhaps you already know this. But have you actually thought about this, taken time to understand what this actually means at a foundational level? Because a common mistake of today's society is its perpetual failure to realize mistakes on a personal level, to take within responsibility, accountability. Society is made of individuals, but every individual blames society and circumstance for their faults, failures, sufferings, and stress. We continue to believe we know a better way than the others, that the modern day Antichrist personality knows more than anyone or anything why their lives are filled with mistakes, pain, and misfortune. It is always somebody else's fault. But perhaps, just perhaps, dear esteemed viewer, the modern day Antichrist personality and their misfortune and unhappiness could be to their own ignorance. Perhaps they've been misled on this path. Could this be due to our own actions, to a person's own actions, which is guided by their knowledge or lack of, or even purposely misled by an Antichrist system, a beast system, an artificial intelligence hive mind system of dependency? Do you not know that the superior person always criticizes themselves first and not others? That is the path of discipline. That is the path to the new earth. Because we wish to believe that others make our life painful, but this is true only on the most superficial of levels. The horrors that exist in the world are nothing more than the reflections of our internal world, our mind. The true cause of suffering, when viewed with profound depth, is one's own quality of mind and the actions which are invoked from it. All is mind. Your quality of consciousness is directly proportional. The quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of your own consciousness. If you are at peace within, discipline within, then your outside world will be the same. And the mystery schools of old, the ancient wisdom, the ancient ways of knowing were devoted to instructing people about the operation of divine law in the physical world, of bringing heaven to earth. But it's been very easy to confuse people, to look at anything that is not involving coming out of your smartphone as antiquated, or when the organized religion gets its handle on it, it tends to confuse and scare people about things. Because I'm going to tell you, few of the early schools, mystery schools, actually worshipped anything of what would be considered a man-like deity. All these statues you see in ancient Egypt of Sekhmet, the cat-headed goddess, or Thoth, the ibis-headed scholar, these are just symbolism. These are just symbolic. Shiva, the great blue Hindu deity with the cobra around his neck wearing the tiger skin, all that is symbolic. That is where man and modern day people have been misled into this Antichrist personality, to look at anything that involves discipline or a proper way of life as antiquated and unuseful. But these mystery schools of the old way, of the ancient way, taught us to use faculties more intelligently, to be patient in the face of adversity, to be courageous when confronted by danger, to be true in the midst of temptation, and most of all, to view a worthy life as the most acceptable sacrifice to God, and his body as an altar sacred to the deity. Living a disciplined life is the most simple way to worship God, because your brain is God, your consciousness is God. And the more you treat your body as a temple, the more you treat your life in a disciplined manner, the more you will worship God, the more you will be able to bring heaven to earth, the more you will be able to sow the seeds of the golden age. So please, hit the subscribe button and leave this video a thumbs up, and turn your back on the current age of lawlessness and the Antichrist personality, and embrace the meta-human ascendant personality and rise. Namaste. Namaskaram.